So these are available to you all. Hopefully, you know, I don't know how you access them, but in the Glen Eagles website or
Right.
whatever, yeah. So even if nobody comes online, they've asked me to record so that they're available to you all whenever you want.
That's excellent.
Mhm. Yeah.
And there's so many extra classes this year. It's
Mhm.
wonderful. Yes. Yeah, we have to check every day because at times they're slightly. Hi, Nick. How are you? Happy New Year.
Good to see you. How's it going?
Good.
Making progress?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good.
Did you get all your house chores done? Or is that gonna be ongoing? Yes. The roof guy. Spray lady and the other guy were there on one day. The cable guy. Air conditioning guy. All guys, well, I found two roofers to get quotes from. The plumber came. I need to sign, yeah. Yeah, we were talking. Insurance is good. My insurance. On my contacts. It's not being able to remote. And it's all the time, and it's so, you know, that we have to know this. You know, and all. And then it's true. Yes. Right. No, my niece. Oh, I see how she's saying since last year. So, yeah. More
Yeah, somebody here takes it.
So you're texting me at night, you get it to me the next morning. Oh, no. Is it date when it finds it? Where do I keep it? So, you know. Oh, that works. Because it's not on any internet, it's all on wireless stuff, so it's gotta be bouncing more. So this is better. Do you put your phone away from your bed? So like, or you keep your phone by your bed, so if a ding comes in, like. I don't use the dings. Good. I hope. I just gonna say, what am I doing tomorrow morning? And I'll let you guys know what time. I don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I feel bad. Oh, I understand. I heard nice. I thought it was Marilyn. I'm sorry. Marilyn and Angela. They do too. Right. Your hair is really nice. I like
Okay. Other new faces.
Lorraine, I mean,
Marilyn, nice to meet you both. And Sterling here. Sterling.
How are you?
Did you go up to New Jersey?
I was up for like 2.5 weeks. Just got
Okay.
back Tuesday.
Okay. How's Donna?
Good. That's good.
Ah, wonderful to see everybody. Should we wait the 2 minutes?
You're the boss.
Anybody have any questions before we start? So this class, just so grateful that you all are open, or that everyone was open to add this class to the schedule. So this class is designed to have some movement, but really the focus is on inviting meditation into your life and our lives, and starting to discover how meditation can influence your life in a positive way toward greater well-being, mind, body, soul. So yoga touches more than just the physical. This morning, so I thought today I got a little inspired. I don't know if anybody else out there is a Brene Brown fan. Yeah. I listened to a 2-part interview in her most recent series, Unlocking Us, with Christopher Germer. Catch that one yet? It's really good. It's 2-part, and he is a clinical psychologist. I'm going to cheat here because I don't remember these details very well anymore. So, clinical psychologist and lecturer on psychiatry at Harvard Medical School. He co-developed the Mindful Self-Compassion MSc program with Kristen Neff in 2010. MSc has been taught to over 200,000 people worldwide. And they've co-authored 2 books, the Mindful Self-Compassion Workbook, and teaching the Mindful Self-Compassion program. So his background is interesting because he learned meditation before he became a doctor of psychology. So then his whole approach has been really how to weave meditation into the clinical. So it was a really, really good. I highly recommend listening to it. And there's a lot of meditations that you can find of his online. So mindfulness, loving kindness, compassion is what my takeaways of the 2-part interview were. So I thought that would be what we would kind of hit on today, how to love ourselves more. When you have a teenage daughter, you eat that every day.
Breathe.
I was made about this small this morning. No, I wasn't, but yeah, she had no interest in anything that was coming out of my mouth. So we're going to start on our backs with a heart opener. So take 1 block. Everybody have 2 blocks? Mm-hmm. So you're going to place 1 block in between your shoulder blades and do it so it's going with the width of your mat. And then the other one is going to go under your head so that your head's not dropping too low. So it might take a couple times to find the right position, but right in between your shoulder blades, I recommend coming down on that block first and then reaching behind you, grabbing the other block and placing it under your head. And your legs can stretch out long, or you can bring your feet to the mat knees bent, or you can butterfly your knees out if that feels comfortable, bringing the soles of the feet together. So take any leg position that feels the best for your low back. Personally, I find if I bring my feet to the mat, it creates a little bit too much of an arch for my low back. So we want to pop the chest up. So this is going to come in between the shoulder blades. So sit up for a moment. There. And then put the head back. Oh, yeah. So this block is going to move down just a little bit. So for the ladies, reference point would be your bra strap. Now come down. Yes. There. So straighten the legs. Too much? Okay. Okay, so let me put this up there. Better? So you want to get that chest opener. So sit up. I'm trying maybe a mess here. Sit up straight, sit up straight. To the shoulder blades, zooming back. So this is going to try that. That's at the highest. Lift it up for a second if you can move or again. Now it's too much. So you come here and do it. And then take the arms out to the side. If you can, let the legs straighten out on the mat. Right. And you look good. And he wants to see it. Are you getting it? Feel like the chest opening? And then take the arms out to the sides. And now come back down. So if that's too low, is that too low for the head? So lift it, lift your head and put it back down. So you can turn the block for under your head up. Higher.
And then you won't be so arched if you want. You put it on the side.
Knee down there. Or lift your head.
Oh.
No.
Alright, so right there.
Usually start so much. And then.
How are we doing? Everybody set? Beautiful. All right. So the arms are coming out to the sides. Turn the palms up. So for the person who just joined us online, we're starting in supported fish pose. If you have 2 blocks or even a blanket to put under your shoulder blades, to have the chest lift and open. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So just a natural breath following your inhales and your exhales. So it is jarring at first to find this position really of vulnerability. But as you allow your body and mind to settle in this posture, and just bringing your attention to your breath only, and following the inhales and the exhales, starting to see a softening of the body. Starting to breathe into that armor that we surround ourselves with when something brings in maybe a little discomfort into the body. And see if you can just breathe into that discomfort, release a little bit into the support. As we move into the aging process, our muscles around our hearts tighten. They're older, they're not as supple. So doing these chest openers counters and helps to oxygenate those muscles surrounding the heart. Helping to open the passageways, not only physically, but mentally. See if you can soften the shoulders. Bring your attention to your face, soften the brow. Soften the eye sockets. Maybe closing the eyes if they're not closed already. Softening the jaw. Bring your awareness to where your breath is starting and feel the breath, the inhale moving up through the belly, up to the chest, the heart region, back down. Imagine, if you will, nostrils on your heart. And then with your next inhales and exhales, imagine the breath going directly into the heart. Bring a color to your breath. So that color is moving directly into the heart. Your arms are an extension of your heart. So feeling the breath move out from your heart, out through the arms, to the fingertips. Start to deepen the breath. So controlling it just a little bit more. Start to wiggle your fingertips. Wiggle your toes. And then slowly bring one foot up to the mat and then the other, rolling onto your right side. And just move the blocks out of the way so that you can roll back down onto the mat. Bringing the feet to the mat and then heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. So your feet are wider than your hips and shoulders. Make sure there's a good enough space between your heels and your sits bones, and then see if you can gradually let the knees fall together and bring your hands to your belly. And spread your fingers so your handprints take up as much space on your belly and a little bit more control the breath. So deepening your inhales. Deepening your exhales and feeling the breath in your body. Ride the wave of your breath. Feeling the whole back begin to melt into the mat. Adding a count to our breath. So exhale the breath fully out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. So move like that, and maybe that 4 count works for you. Maybe increase it to 5, 6, or 7, or maybe reduce to 3. So notice where you're at this morning. Notice sensations in the body as you feel like you're being breathed. What parts of the body feel like they're grasping or clenching or tight? Send the breath and that warm light to those areas of the body. Your next exhale, really move the breath fully out. So when you get to the bottom of your breath, see if you can exhale just a little bit more. And then full controlled inhale to whatever count you're on. And when you get to the top of your breath, see if you can inhale just a little bit more. And another exhale where you're pushing the breath all the way out. When you get to the bottom of your breath, see if you can exhale out just a little bit more. And then slide your hands over your heart region. So one hand over your heart and then the other hand over that hand. And as you inhale, feel the breath rising from the low belly, rib cage, lungs up to the heart. And exhale, lowering it back down. And just bring to mind a person in your life who helps your heart feel full, or a being, it could be an animal. And just take a moment to dedicate this practice to that being. And knowing that this loving kindness practice is any loving kindness that we give to ourselves, that it extends to this special being in your life and to all beings everywhere. And then let the hands slide down alongside your body. Your next inhale, float the arms overhead. And exhale them alongside your body. Inhale, float the arms overhead. And exhale, lowering the arms alongside. Draw the knees into your chest, float the arms overhead on your inhale. And exhale, extend the legs out onto the mat, lowering the hands alongside, arms alongside. So continue moving like that. Inhale, draw the knees into your chest, float the arms overhead. And exhale, lowering the arms alongside, extending legs out onto the mat. Inhale, draw knees into your chest, floating arms overhead. Exhale, sliding the legs out onto the mat as you lower the arms. One more time, float the arms overhead, draw the knees into your chest. This time, keep your knees where they are, wrap your arms around your legs, draw the forehead up to your knees, giving yourself a little squeeze, a little hug, a little self-love. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Hold the right knee into your chest, keeping your forehead up to that knee, and slide that left leg out, keeping it an inch off the mat. Inhale the left knee in, slide that right leg out above the mat, an inch off the mat. Switch on your inhale. Your exhale extends that left leg out. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, right leg out. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale. If the head needs a break, lower the head, but continue the leg movements, moving with your breath. Finishing whatever leg you're on, knees into chest, let the head drop down if it was still lifted, and then bring hands under your knees. So we'll either roll to our right side, or if you're comfortable, rocking forward and back. Getting enough momentum where you'll come up on your sits bones, keep the knees bent, hands under the knees, and lift the chest. Lift your gaze up. Notice how your chest lifts on your inhale. And exhale, cross the legs, roll forward, come to tabletop. So finding our hands and knees, the alignment is stacking shoulders, elbows, and wrists. Your knees are in line with your hips, tops of the feet on the mat. Spread your fingers. If you feel a lot of weight dumping into your wrists, press into your thumb, your index finger, and the tips of the third, fourth, fifth fingers. So you create a little bit of space under the palm. Moving into cow and cat. So draw the belly in, neutralize your spine. Then on your inhale, lift the crown of your head, tilt your tailbone up. And on your exhale, belly pulls in, round the spine, touch into chest, and tuck that tailbone. Continue to move like that. So your inhale opens up the chest, and your exhale, there's an opening across the upper back as you press the earth away from you. Feeling your breath in your body. As you inhale, you're inviting the breath into the heart space as it opens. And exhaling the breath out. Last round after cat pose, finishing up in neutral. And then take your knees wide as your mat, and bring your toes to touch in the back, and push your seat back to your heels for child's pose. If you need support under the forehead, go ahead and place a block there. If it's not comfortable, let your head drop all the way down to the mat. So support under your forehead with a block. And just let the arms, they're extended out in front of you, but then soften at the elbows and let the shoulders just soften. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing evenly and deeply, feeling the breath in your belly. On your next inhale, begin to lift up back to tabletop and then reach for your block. We're coming to seated. So I know some people prefer hero's pose for their knees. If you want to cross the legs, use the block under your sits bones like this. So the knees, you can see how my knees drop lower than my seat. If your knees still don't like that, you can sit in what we call hero's pose. You can use one block or two in between the ankles, sitting on the blocks just like this. So finding a seat of your choice. And root down through the sits bones, let the weight drain down. Coming into some side bends here. So inhale, float the arms overhead. Bring the hands down to your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms around. Hands down through heart center. One more time, overhead. And coming down to heart center, helping us connect with our center. Arms come out to the side. Slowly begin to lift the left arm up. Tent your fingertips on this side. Start to let that elbow drop down as you reach the left arm, lengthening it up. Breathing into this left side. The elbow maybe bends a little bit more or not. Continue reaching through the fingertips. If you find that your sits bone is coming way up, then ease out of the side bend. Inhale through center. Take a full breath in and out to neutralize your spine. Inhale, right arm up by the ear. Begin to softly bend the elbow of the left arm. Reach through the right fingertips. So we open up our muscles in our rib cage to allow the breath to flow more freely. So lengthening through that right arm, through the fingertips, soften the shoulder. Notice where your resistance is. And exhale, lower down. So this time, bring that left arm up by the ear, bend the elbow, and take the hand behind your head. And let the weight of your head rest in the hand. And now take the same side bend, but left elbow is reaching up to the sky so that you're not having the head come down. Continue pressing the head into the hand. So maybe the gaze looks up, but think about that elbow reaching up to the sky. Next breath in, imagine the breath moving from heart to that elbow. And the exhale from the elbow down to the heart. Inhale, come through center, release, and just let the Energy drain for a moment here in neutral. Full breath in, full breath out. Taking that right arm up now, bending the elbow, bring the hand behind the head, letting the head rest in that hand. And then begin to move into the side bend. So that head resting, pressing into the hand to help the head from falling forward. And then reaching that elbow up to the sky, the breath moving from the heart up to the elbow. And the exhale, elbow to heart. Maybe that elbow bends just a little bit more. So Nick, soften that elbow instead of pressing so hard in the hand. Bend that elbow of your left arm. And then come back through center. Again, neutralize. Bring your hands here by your chest. Start to make circles. Start to enliven the breath. Moving away from really a restorative breath now to a deeper and a more energetic inhale and exhale. Start to make the circles faster. Elbows keeping into the side. So you're just moving the hands, circling them around. A little faster. Inviting some energy into our heart space. And slowing the circles down. Bring the hands down to the knees and just notice that energy that we just created in our bodies. We're going to rock forward again to tabletop. So everyone grab your blocks and place them underneath your hands at the lowest setting. Fingers spread, palms directly on the blocks. Draw the belly in. So the shoulders, elbows, wrists are still stacked. Inhale into cow pose here. Notice the lengthening of the arms, how this shifts this pose. Inhale again into cow. Chest opening. And exhale into cat. And then find neutral and step the right leg back and push back so that right heel is dropping down. Everybody feel the back of that right leg waking up. Say good morning to your right leg. Inhale, lift it up, hip height. And then bring it back down next to the left. Extend the left leg. Drop that left heel down. Say good morning to your left leg. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, lifting it up. Level your hips out. Flex that left foot. Toes pointing to the earth. And then lower that left leg. Now we're going to extend both legs, coming to a high plank here on our blocks. Notice the line of energy. So hips are low. So we're not in downward dog. Lowering the hips. Draw the belly in so you're not feeling any sagging. Difference, so that you're not dumping weight into your shoulders, but you're strong. Your arms are lengthening. whole body is long. And now bend your knees and rock the hips up, finding downward dog with your hands on the blocks. But keep the bend in your knees. So bend your knees a lot here. Your heels are lifted, head between your arms, and lift your hips to the sky. Even though, no, keep your knees bent, but lift your hips to the sky so that you're pushing the low belly toward your thighs and your arms and your spine are lengthening. You feel the difference? With the side, push, yeah. Keep the knees bent. You can join the stance a little bit. And then everybody rock forward back to plank pose. Drop the knees down. Keep the knees closer together. Tops of the feet to the mat. Sit your seat back by your heels. Wrap the arms around your legs. Lower the crown of the head toward the mat. If it's uncomfortable to lower the head that much, slide a block under. And breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let the breath exit all the way. And then rolling up, rock forward, hands come onto the blocks. We're going to do that series one more time. So tuck your toes under, lift your hips so you're in plank pose. And this time I want you to round the spine. Push, 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 push into the palms, round up like a runner's lunge. Move the hips back, downward facing dog. You can also turn the blocks up one more height if that helps you to find greater extension. So imagine your breath lengthening from your arms to your heart. Okay, yeah.
So what would I do different? Oh, great.
So if your wrists just are not enjoying this, you can drop to your forearms and do downward dog on your forearms. Rock forward to plank. So for those on their forearms, you can come to forearm plank. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Just rock forward to plank a couple more times. Exhale into downward dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale into downward facing dog. And then everybody find stillness for a breath in downward dog. Full inhale. On your exhale, lift your gaze, look between your blocks, stay up on your tippy toes and walk the feet forward. And inhale to a half lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, bend the knees a lot so your belly is resting on your thighs. Grab your blocks, lifting them to the highest on either side of the feet. So we're in modified chair. Inhale, sweep the blocks with you as you lift to standing. Exhale, bend the knees, take the blocks down, bring the arms behind you. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose, swing the arms with the blocks behind you. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Exhale, into chair pose. Inhale, sweeping the arms up as if you're standing on the ceiling. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, sweep up to stand. Exhale, lower the blocks to your sides, bend the knees, come to chair pose, hands on the blocks. Step the right leg back, drop the right knee down. Bring the blocks under your shoulders. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Turn to the right as that block comes behind you. Another big circle. Inhale, twisting open to the right. And then frame the blocks on either side of that left foot. And just push into this left foot a little bit. Maybe a deeper bend of that left knee. Lift the chest. Breathe into those imaginary nostrils on your heart. Tuck the right toes under. Lift up to a high lunge. So you have options here. You can stay like this, hands on blocks, or you can lift up, hands on left thigh. Finding extension in the right leg, your right heel is lifted. So finding balance here. If you're lifted, grab your block in both hands. Inhale, pushing the block away from you. Exhale it into your chest. You can stay with hands on blocks and just working the bending of the left knee and the extension of the right leg. So this is taking additional concentration and balance. Inhale, pushing the block away from the heart, drawing the breath into the heart. Inhale. Exhaling it in, one more. Inhale. And exhale, block comes down, step that right foot forward to meet the left. Bring your hands to your hips, lift to standing. Find Tadasana, soften the eyes or close them all together and bring your hands over your heart. Feel what's going on inside the body. Feel the pulsating, the energy. Hands come alongside. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips as you come into forward fold, but then bend the knees. Take the left leg back, drop the left knee down. So imagine that you're only putting about 50% of your weight on that left knee. So that means that you're pressing into the right foot a little bit and lengthening this right leg. Blocks come under the shoulders. Inhale, left arm up. As it comes by the ear, twist open to the left. Circle that block behind you. One more time, inhale. Hips stay forward. You're just twisting from the navel up. And then blocks come to frame that right foot. Maybe deepening the bend in that right knee a little bit, but lifting the chest. So notice your chest lifting up and breathing into those imaginary nostrils. And then bring the blocks, tuck the left toes under. We're gonna lift to high lunge. So lift that left leg up so you can keep hands on blocks and stay here, or you can lift up and bring hands to your right thigh. Left leg getting the full extension now, right knee bending toward 90 degrees, grab the block. Inhale, pushing the block away from the heart. Drawing elbows back into your side body. Inhale, pushing it away. Exhale it in. Keeping your gaze fixed on a drishti, which is a point in front of you not moving, to help you with the concentration. So the arms moving effortlessly, the attention off of the exertion, but on the breath. One more time. Inhale, block pushes away from you. Exhale it in, and then lower the block, frame that right foot, step the left foot forward to meet the right, hands to hips. Come up halfway, find a flat back. Bring the arms out to the sides. Press into the feet, lift to stand. Arms float overhead. Bring the palms to touch and then separate the hands so the arms are shoulder distance apart. Soften shoulders. So we're going to do a back bend here. Notice this place right here, our solar plexus. It's that space in the rib cage just below the breastbone. So your arch is going to come from that place. So inhale. So bring your attention to here and feel the lift and then the arching back. And exhale back to neutral. Soften shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, feel the lift from just below the breastbone. Back to neutral. Now interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head. Now the lift is going to come from the sternum, this place here in our heart center. So to do that, you're going to press your head into your hands. You're going to draw your elbows back and then lift, not from here, but from here. Feel the difference. Come back to neutral. Inhale. Feel the sensation of that part of the heart space, just opening wide. One more time. And exhale. Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring hands over the heart space again, breathing into the energy, the pulsing of the heart. Arms alongside Tadasana. And then everyone, make your way down to sitting on your mat. Legs extended out in front of you. Shake out your legs. Pat your thighs. Take your hands down your legs, up the sides of your legs, the inside of the legs, the feet. Move the flesh away from your sits bones. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up by the ears. Exhale as you hinge forward, drawing toes towards you. Coming into this forward fold. So at the point that you're going to round the spine, that's your edge. Protecting our low back here. If you feel discomfort in the low back, ease out of the pose. It doesn't matter how deeply you hinge forward. So it's about using your breath to lengthen your spine. Sending the breath into our hips here and our low back, softening shoulders, softening the brow. And inhale to lift up, bring the soles of the feet together, heels coming toward your pubic bone, wrap the hands around and sit up nice and tall here. So finding that length in your spine. And this might be where you stay. This is beautiful. Just closing the eyes and noticing the breath moving up and down the spine. Invite that color back in. And imagine that color moving with your breath. Maybe hinge a little forward, but keep that length. So use your exhales to hinge forward. But if it doesn't feel good, if it feels better to stay upright, come back to being upright. Follow a count with your inhales and exhales. So inhale to 4 and exhale to 4 or 3 or 5. And inhale, coming back up on your inhale if you folded. And now moving into our meditation seat. So today's meditation is going to be a guided meditation. So I'll be talking the whole time. It's based on the metta meditation of loving kindness. So find the seat that's comfortable for you. So there's those two options, either Sukhasana, crossing the legs. You can cross them tightly like this, like crisscross applesauce. You can support underneath the knees with blocks. You can bring the heels in line and knees out to the sides, and then maybe using the block under the sits bones like this. Or hero's pose, which is the stacking of 1 or 2 blocks in between, and you want to have it the width of your mat so that your whole seat can rest on the block. So take a moment to find your seat. So a seat really is the most important part of being able to move into meditation, to find stillness. If you feel like you're rounding the spine in any way or slouching, or if it's an effort to sit, adjust your seat. So begin by just tuning into your natural breath. And let's just make a little bit of movement here. So inhale the arms overhead and exhale, lowering them down. Inhale, float them overhead. And exhale, lowering them down. One more time, feeling that wave of your breath as your arms extend overhead. Exhale, lowering them down. And then find a soft place for your hands to rest. Either they can layer on one on top of the other in your lap, or palms can face down on your thighs or knees, or face up. So I invite you to soften the gaze or close the eyes completely. Bringing your attention to your inhales and exhales. Metta means loving kindness. Our loving kindness meditation is to help us to tune into how to give ourselves more loving kindness. So as you continue to follow your own breath, notice parts of your body where you can send more loving kindness to. Telling those parts of the body that you love them. Inviting in that warm light, whatever color comes to mind, and sending, having that light carry a loving kindness message to those parts of the body. Where in your mental or spiritual or soulful part of you would you like more loving kindness? When we seek to give ourselves more loving kindness, sometimes it helps to do it in words. So as I say each phrase, then silently repeat the phrase to yourself with your breath. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of suffering. May I live in peace. May my life be blessed with ease. So asking yourself, what do you need right now? Do you want more peace? Are you suffering in any way, and can you invite yourself to be free of that suffering? So choosing one of those phrases or one word to just silently repeat to yourself, moving it with the breath. Revisiting the word or phrase over and over to help you feel more at ease. Could also be working toward accepting yourself. To help you on your path to fill what you need right now. So repeat repeat those phrases. Silently say them to yourself after I say them. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of suffering. May I live in peace. May my life be blessed with ease. Our yoga practice needs to be mutually beneficial. So what you wish for yourself to wish for others. So bring that person that you dedicated your practice to, or that being. Bring them into your view and then say the phrases silently to that being. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. Deepening our compassion for ourselves and for others, bring into your mind someone who you've had a conflict with. This is the hard work. Repeating the words to that person or being, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. Feel the earth underneath you. Know that the air is shared by all. I'm not breathing any different air than you. So when we invite in more compassion for ourselves, we're able to be happy for all beings. Finding that authenticity. Slide your hands to your heart center. Full inhale through the nose and audible sigh out through the mouth. Turn the corners of your mouth up. Let's seal the practice with one Om. Take an inhale, we'll Om on the exhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Thank yourself for being here. Thank yourself for breathing through this loving kindness meditation. Maybe find opportunities in your day and your week to continue to repeat that word or phrase to yourself whenever you need it. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Welcome to some of our new faces, our new beings.